Alright, we're back. It's Standard Brawl. I have not played Voja before in Standard Brawl. There are a lot of elves, which I didn't actually think about, but there's a lot of elves. You don't really care about the wolf side of this. It's a 5 mana 5/5 Vigilance Trample Ward 3, and when it swings, you get a bunch of counters depending on your elf count, and then you draw equal to your wolf count. The draw is alright. I mean, it's always nice to draw cards, right? But ideally, excuse me, ideally just playing a bunch of elves and blowing my opponent up seems pretty interesting, right? This is actually pretty solid in historic, or at least it was. I don't know if it is anymore. I like the idea of it here. Same vulnerabilities, a bunch of board wipes, although you have a lot of protection against a bunch of spot removal, which I like. Also, this is pretty nice in a meta where Liliana of the Veil is all over the place. You can sometimes just randomly put this into play really quickly, and that can be backbreaking. It's also an elf, and it pumps my board. This is predominantly green. That's no surprise. It's probably fine to drop everything except the green cards in a commander like this, but I'm willing to try some of the cards that I think are just still really good, right? Halana giving this haste is disgusting. This just works with 1/1 counters to some degree, going wide, all that jazz. So I like that too. There are obviously a bunch of cards you can run in a Naya beatdown deck that I'm just not going to, because at the very least it's hard to mess up when you at least want to put all the elves in your deck. So there's that. There are a lot of elves, like a lot, that work with assemble the players, which is pretty cool. And we have Takashi's Welcome, but going in a long game doesn't feel too appealing, so drawing a bunch of cards, like 2 cards a turn, does not seem like that's what I'm trying to do. Just vomit out my hand and play Voja and then swing with a bunch of 5/5s seems better. So, alright. Yep, you're right. Put this in your deck, and then you never play against Liliana the Veil. So, we'll see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe. And it is freezing cold. Ugh. Gotta get all snuggly wuggly. Alright, what is this? What do we got going on here? So, yeah, it's got cards in it. Ruby's a little unfortunate to see there. But you know what? We can still win. Opponent mulliganed to, what was that, 6? Do we think they're just blasting for Llanowar Elves? No. I will play... Let's play the one with 4 toughness here. With some 2-mana deal 3s. Alright. My opponent probably has to immediately deal with Archdruid. Probably. No land. Does that change anything? Not really. No, I'm just playing this. I think my opponent just has to deal with it. They did not deal with it. So... 1, 2, and then tap this to play this and this? Or do I pay 1 here? I think I'll just pay 1. I know it's not as exciting, but it's still pretty decent. Okay. Am I losing if I don't block? I don't know. I feel like I don't want to block. What I really want to do is draw a land. That would be ideal. Okay, I did find a land. So now, I'm not sure. Evil Commander? What do you mean? I've played against Voja like twice, ever, in Standard. And of course our opponent just has all of the answers to everything anyways. Alright, so this is just too good to pass up. Yep, that's, I kind of figured. Voja's feels bad to lose it, but it did actually trade. It was not a bite, it was a fight. I'm not used to this, actually. Usually all of the green removal spells keep your creature around, so that's surprising. But, yeah, look at that. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yep. I don't know if this is a split-up kind of game. Maybe it is? Well, I would like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. This is all just really ugly. Okay. Oh boy. I can't wait to play play against a Tali literally next turn. Fascinating. Why are Tali players so slow at casting this? I don't understand. It's consistent. People are just consistently inept at, like, casting this. I don't like them keeping this around, but I mean, there's not much I can do about it. There's literally nothing I can do about it. These have Death Touch, so... Okay. You know what I should have done? Yep. I should have done something different there. Okay. I should have kept my Manador. It probably... It almost assuredly does not matter, but I did missequence. Yep, I missequenced there. Again, I highly doubt it matters, but now we'll never know. Or we will. Oh, look. Things not matter. Okay, let's play Voja. Oh, look, another thing. Opponent has had to make 0 decisions this game. And I lose. There's a possibility I win this. It's not a big one, but I think it technically exists in here somewhere. Hold on, wait a minute. Am I actually fine? Was I doom and gloom for no reason? I might actually be fine here. Which is unbelievable. I mean, what does this even do here? Kill a random elf? Oh, right, this... I mean, it's actually funny. They did not kill the elf. They killed the only non-elf in play. That's not... I'm always playing this pre-combat. Now, what do I swing with? Everything? I can't believe I won that. I cannot believe I won that game. My opponent had a turn 4 Atali? Yaris. I have not played against Yaris before. I don't think I have. Have I? No. I don't think so. And we have the lull thing, so that's pretty cool. I think we can do better than that. What do we play now? I think I'll take the... yeah, I'll just take the time to play this. Makes sense. Yep, we got Weeb Elves. Nah, no face cam. I'm unkempt. And cold. And ugly. Okay, so I have 3 mana. Not really anything exciting to do here. There is no way I don't play this here, because it's such a big deal. My opponent kind of has to do something about it. Get Lost is very good here. And my opponent's just dead next turn unless they have an insane turn here. I just don't see that happening. Yeah, there's basically nothing red-green's gonna do here. I don't know what they could do, especially with Ward 3. A giant creature can't really kill this. Honestly, a giant creature wouldn't kill it anyways. It's already a 9/9. Yeah, that's just Llanowar Elves and a lol I win is way too much. Well, if there were more elf Minidorks on 2, I would agree, but there are not, and it is by far the best thing to do, so I kind of disagree. Speaking of which, I don't think I need this one here. Yeah, I don't think I need that one. But no, I really, 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 really want one, if not 2, almost every game. So, and there's just not enough elf exclusive ones. They just gotta run the other 2 mana ones. It's just way too good. let's play this. Alright, as per usual. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to play this. And land is good. I'm going to keep my mana dork if I can. It's kind of hard to protect Calyx in a reasonable fashion, so... And now they just have perfect O-ring, Journey to Nowhere kind of card, and I lose. Is that the take here? Lose 2 Journey to Nowhere, or one of the 15 versions of it. Oh, looks like maybe not. Maybe not. No way they trade, right? There's no way they trade. Wow. Okay. I probably would not attack there. Maybe my opponent doesn't have a choice. Maybe they just don't have a choice. When in doubt, play Death Touch. Alright, well, Calyx is, I don't even know what it can do here except get flying. You forgot how much you hate Calyx? Well, what do you not hate, Goat? Okay? What do you not hate? You seem to hate everything. It'll be okay. Calyx is honestly completely fine in my opinion, and I don't know why I would have a problem with it. It's really not that scary. It dies to a removal spell, and then you basically lose on the spot. That's my experience with it. It's really not that scary. Speaking of fear, is my opponent just dead? I didn't even think about that. Oh, they're not quite dead. But they go to 1. Oh, they go to 2? And they need some kind of lifelink to stay alive here? Oh, never mind. I just win. Could have held on to that, honestly, if they had a sweeper. Could have just not cast that. Okay, that doesn't do anything. This is why they're running all the reanimate spells. Because Calyx desperately needs a way to come back on curve. Because once Calyx dies, it's like borderline impossible to ever cast it for 5 mana. I would argue you probably lose if you have to ever cast this for 5 mana. So it needs to work basically the first time. And that's why our opponent's playing the reanimate spells, right? So they can, like, keep their curve low when they go to cast this, because otherwise it's very difficult. But as you can see, it just doesn't... It doesn't do too well when you can chump block it. It doesn't have trample, it's not flying, it doesn't have lifelink, and I don't know. It took me a long time to get my first win with this, and all the vulnerabilities that I tried to build my deck around just... It's such an uphill battle for Calyx to win games in Standard from my... in my opinion. But, I mean, it can high roll. It does have a chance to kill you pretty quickly. And it can sort of play protection spells. I mean, these are basically protection spells, right? They might even be better than protection spells because they show up after and they don't have to only matter in the very turn. So these are actually pretty good, but yeah, it's just not enough. Okay. A bit sketchy, but you know what? Nashi does not like dying, so... We're also on the play, which is massive in this economy here. Let's play this and that. I think my opponent only plays this. I don't know if they can do anything else. Yeah. This deck doesn't really like to do anything else. So I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to deal with it now. And I'll play the Scryland. That is fine. And in this matchup, it probably makes sense to name Wolf and not Elf. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold your horses. Still naming Wolf. Play this. Get rid of Split Up here, I think? Yeah, definitely just get rid of Split Up. It's not mana efficient. I literally cannot cast it. Yeah, just get rid of it. Tap. Wasn't promised. Okay, that's a little weird. I don't know what's up with that, but sure. It's actually incredibly strange that my opponent did that. In my humble onions, I'm not even sure why they did that. I don't get the idea. I play Chaos Knights. Big old spiky scary Chaos Knights. And of course we have the perfect answer, as is tradition. I should say I play War Dogs. I'm going to play the Knights. No, that's not true. I have 3. No, I have 4 Knights. I have 4 Knights. Opponent already binned a Death Touch creature, which is honestly kind of surprising. Kind of surprised. Do I expect a block here? Not really. I'm just going to swing anyways. Oh my goodness, they blocked. Wow. I feel like the Preacher is much better than this random, kind of growing elf. I don't know. Let's see, a second perfect answer? Yes. Rex Sage here is interesting, so I'm gonna do it. The mana is... it's got value here, so... I'm gonna get rid of that. Let's go get a mountain and a plain. No, let's a mountain and a forest. I have far more than enough, the other colors here. I can't imagine they play a sweeper. It'd be quite surprising, honestly. Opponent is counting my permanents. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep. Okay. Let's not let that exist, I guess. I'll give them the Manifest Dread, but I'll only give them one. Could have blocked here, but I'm just not really convinced I have to. And I'm always going to play the land in case something bad happens. Do we have the third perfect answer to Voja? Let's find out. Tune in next time. Of course we do. Yay. Alright, let's see if our opponent has the fourth perfect answer for Voja. They do not. Look at that. No way. Oh, good luck to you. Alright. Well, this is the benefit of a deck that doesn't have sweepers. Spot removal is beatable eventually, and we did have Cavern against counterspells, and I don't know if they had any, but there's a pretty solid chance they run some counterspells. Liliana was dealt with... Oh, no, wait, they had Disdainful Stroke. Okay. They actually discarded it. Why'd they do that? Oh, I had this by the time... Alright, I had that by the time it worked. So, yep. And then we drew this, which means we're in an even better position here, too, so nice. Sure. On the play with a 1-drop here, any 1-drop is extremely good against Liliana. A solid thing to have happen, so. Let's play Manadork or random 3-2. We'll play this, I guess. Looks like our opponent has a 1-mana spell. I don't really know what that is. What's the 1-mana spell here? Is Cut Down in Standard? I can't even remember. Oh, yeah, it is. And, of course, they have it. Well, given my exact situation, no option but this. Not sure what I'm even hoping to see here. Okay. Life is pain, but that's Liliana. They should just put Liliana specifically in its own bracket, where it only gets to play against Liliana. Kind of ugly here. Don't have a choice, though. Do I kill Liliana? I think I do, right? No. I do not kill Liliana here. It's not doing anything. Is it weird I haven't ever target for this? Well, I mean, that's my life. Opponent should at least plus the Liliana. Okay, they do not plus Liliana. I find that a little weird. I draw literally nothing, and face. Do I play this? I don't think I do. Actually, yes I do, yes I do, yes I do. Yes I do. Opponent's at 3. Should always play that. That just kills them. They can't. They're gonna lose 3 life on their next turn. They have to do the bottom saga. They can't pass through the top one. Wow, they just did. Okay, so now they need a way. Excuse me, to gain life. They need a way to gain life. Yep, get wrecked. Wow, I actually beat Liliana. Look at that. Okay, so this is solid if you look at it in the lens of ignoring board wipes, but if you care about board wipes, it's unplayable. There are a lot of decks that run sweepers, just like the green-white token deck. Actually, unlike the green-white token deck, I don't have a way to sack my commander to make my tokens indestructible. So it's even worse against the sweeper decks, but not every deck comes with a bunch of sweepers, and if you can distract your opponent by playing a bunch of mana dorks that your opponent really wants to deal with, I'm okay with this strategy. I was impressed with it. The off-green cards they could have been something else. Wilt Leaf Liege never did the ability, but that's not super common. I think I only played against Liliana the Veil a single time. But there are other black cards that make you discard, and you get to choose what you discard, so I'm still kind of alright with this. It's also an elf, and giving everything +1/+1 is kind of okay. I really don't know. It could be what someone said, Swiftfoot boots or whatever, but that doesn't give this haste on curve. It does give it Ward 4, which is funny. A lot of people won't think about that, so if you can trick them into Ward 4, that is kind of funny to me. It is also just a 4-mana card, and that's not the most exciting, but I don't know, it's kind of new, and, well, you know, reprint it new, and it's alright. It's alright, but you definitely don't need this. I really liked Anim Pakal, and Halana I never did the 4 Halana into 5 Voja, right? The dream scenario, but I still really like this card. It just gets counters from your attack here, and then after that fact, it's huge and gives a ton of counters to the next creature you play and haste. So if for some reason the first attack of Voja wasn't enough, the second one is going to completely destroy your opponent with Halana in play. I will say, if you swing with this commander and it gets back to your turn and you go to swing twice, you probably win immediately. So you want to avoid the win more nonsense where, like, oh, you know, once you untap with Voja and you have these elves that you cast after the fact, you know, now you're even winning more. It's like, no, just if it doesn't involve getting this in the red zone the first time, don't really look at it as this thing that's only good when this is in play. And this teeters on the edge of that. There is definitely an argument to playing Swiftfoot Boots instead. I mean, you can run both. You can run both. But again, Swiftfoot Swiftfoot Boots or whatever it's called. The 1 mana boots that gives haste in Ward 1. I don't remember the name of it. It just doesn't let you. It's Lava Spur. I was saying Swiftfoot. You could run this too. You could totally run this too. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know, but it just doesn't play on curve too nicely. The elf package is, well, the elf package. I'm running mana dorks that did not have elf in the name of the creature types, and that to me are still completely excellent, completely fine. You always want to play a mana dork on turn 2, and there are not enough elf ones to only play the elf ones, right? You can try to get away with that, but it means your mulligans look a little bit more steep, right? But there's probably a way to do that. You really want mana dorks in your 2-drops, and it's okay to have random stuff in here that's not an elf. Honestly, this is one of the decks that actually likes sacrificing this, something you don't really ever see. But if I tap it a few times and then turn it into a bunch of 2/2s that then just suddenly are 5/5s because this is attacking, that's kind of funny. So yeah, it's a straightforward commander, and vulnerable to the same things the go wide strategies are vulnerable to, which are sweepers. But it has a pretty decent chance against the spot removal spamming decks, whereas other creature-based decks do not. So it gives you a little bit of hedge against things like Liliana the Veil and whatnot, where they don't have infinite sweepers. So that is definitely a plus. But there is definitely a reason why you don't normally see people play Voja. It's not that great, right? It's not that amazing. I don't know. It really isn't. When you have things like this in standard to beat your opponent to death pretty quickly, you don't have to play stuff like this. You could justify a few giant creatures, even maybe even Portal to Phyrexia, because you have so many mana dorks that, like, if this doesn't work out, Portal coming into play later is actually quite significant. So you could get away with something like that for sure. But keeping it 5 and down is definitely viable. It also lets you shave maybe a few lands. I think I was at 23. Yeah. You could probably go to 22 with a curve like this, especially how half of your stuff taps for mana. But, yeah, I don't know. I can recommend it. It was fun. I liked it, so I can certainly recommend it. So let me know what you thought about Voja in Standard Brawl. I'm sure there's a ton of red and a ton of white cards that people in the comments would be screaming for me to play, but again, this is just the ones I picked. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.